Nation, this is Kelly Wells. I'm joined today with new women's basketball coach, Ashton Feldhaus, and today we're going to spend a little time getting to know Coach Feldhaus, from her style of play to her family, a little bit of a background for her. But first, Coach, we just want to say welcome to Morehead State, and we're thankful that you're our next head basketball coach.
Couldn't be happier to be here. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, let's get started. One of the first things our fans are going to want to know about you is, tell us a little bit about your vision. What do you see for Morehead State basketball now and maybe even in the future?
Yeah, I think now, obviously, we have some work to do. We're looking to build a championship level program, both on and off the court. So I think it starts by getting the right people. And I kind of said this early, but when I took the job, the right people are all around me. From administration to the president, we have those people in check, but now it's filling a staff of good people and then finding players who kind of want to help build a winning culture. And when we say that, we mean on and off the court. So we're looking for high academic kids that just work hard, kind of both on and off the court, and want to be a part of something really special that we're building.
Yeah, I think that's great. And I've cheated. I know all these answers already, so I'm going to kind of pull these out for you to share with our fans and our people a little bit. I know your core values. I know what you stand for. I kind of know your history as well in coaching and the world of coaching. Tell us a little bit maybe about what are the non-negotiables with your team, and maybe who kind of made that fingerprints on your values.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is, and you'll hear me say it all the time, is blue collar. That's the word that we use in our practice. It's the word I use in recruiting and to my staff. And that just basically to us means the hardest working group. No one is going to outwork us. We will play teams that are more talented, no doubt, but we're going to be the team that does the small things. And I think that's doing it correctly. I think that's what doing it right means. So, we're going to be the blue collar team, and then we're going to be the unselfish team. We talk a lot in our program about what it means to be just a great teammate. You can't be a good teammate, you've got to be a great teammate. So the unselfishness that we talk about, so hard work, unselfish, and then just resilience, right? Basketball season is long, as you know, and you go through so many ups and downs. So it's going to be who can be the most resilient, and that's both mentally and physically, and we kind of work with the kids on that. So those three things we hammer home from day one and kind of just make that just the fiber of who we are as a program.
And that's a little bit of a leading question. So as we talk about all the things that are important in the student-athlete perspective, what are we going to see on the court? Like, what kind of style of play are we going to be up and down? Are we going to be tempo-based? Is it going to be amongst what we recruit? You kind of give us a little bit of an idea.
I think every year you have to adapt to what you recruit, obviously, but I'm recruiting kids with high energy, and when I say high energy, we're going to play up-tempo. We're going to get the ball, defensive rebound, and we're going. So it's going to be, we talked about unselfish, but ball moving, body moving. We always want double the amount of assists than we have turnovers, which is hard to do, but we teach it. That's what we teach. So we're going to be the up-tempo team, the unselfish team, and then defensively we are the half-court, man-to-man, tough nose, kind of get that from my dad, but that's kind of what you're going to see out of us. So I think from a fan's perspective, it's a fun style of basketball, and we are, I will say this, we're going to shoot the lights out of it. Threes is our thing, open threes and open layups, and playing at a pace, so it's fun.
You've got me excited. I'll try to get loosened up. I might even go through a practice or two.
There you go.
It'll be very, very fast, but love to shoot the ball. And Ashton, there's several things about your family that I dearly love. Your grandfather was one of those. Was very nice to me when I was coaching at Mason County. Your family's got a great tradition in basketball in the state of Kentucky. We know you're going to carve your own path, certainly, and I don't want to spend all our time talking about your family's success, but maybe you can tell us a little bit how that's impacted you in your decision to get into coaching. I know your dad shared a story about a letter you wrote, and you delayed so long on trying to get your first Division I coaching job. You missed it by a year, but maybe tell us the impact your family and the great people in your family have impacted your life.
I think that's just it. They're great people. When I talk about blue collar and you talk about hard work, I've watched mom and dad do it, from the time I was a kid. You got the choice to go to mom's gym or dad's gym, and I always chose to go to dad's gym, and just watching them and how they treated people and really fully immersing themselves in the place that they've worked. They're loyal people. They've been at the same place for 35 years, and I think that's special. So really just immersing myself in Morehead and the community, and then coaching, obviously. I've watched my dad since, I worked the clock since probably before I could talk. I was over there. So I've been in a gym, been around basketball, but carving my own path, no doubt. So I've picked up a lot of things along the way and have worked for some really great people. I will say that. So yeah, my family history and the background, my grandfather, all the same. You hear all those stories and the appreciation I have. There's no doubt I wouldn't be sitting here without them, but I'm excited to kind of do my own thing, which is fun.
We're excited about that as well. So now we're going to shift into a little bit of a funner type of a section here, and we've gotten to know all the important things of style of play. Now let's get to the real serious stuff here, okay? So I've got a couple hot seat questions for Coach Feldhaus here. So we talked about mom and dad a little bit, Alan and Karen. So who would you consider the most decorated coaches in the household between mom and dad? We're going to put you on the spot here.
I'm going mom.
Okay,
I'm going mom all the way.
I thought you might.
I'm going mom all the way. You know, people always say your dad is so tough, and I'm like, well, you haven't met my mom. You haven't met my mom. But probably the most decorated for sure. Both of them work equally as hard, but you have to remember, mom has two teams. So when dad's in there, he's got his team. He's done at, I don't know, 5:36. Mom's going till 9:30. So I got to go mom with this one.
I love it. I kind of thought I had a suggestion you might be going to mom, and certainly both are extremely decorated and dedicated. That's why it was easy to ask that question. All right, so we're on Christmas vacation. Everybody's home with the Feldhaus family. We're going to do 3 events here. So if we have a game of horse, who is going to win the game of horse in the Feldhaus family?
Me.
Oh,
me.
I like it. I like
Me.
it.
And of course now we have Jake, who's my younger cousin, he's just a stud. But none of them I could shoot better than any of them, and they would tell you that just the same. So, and it's kind of what we do as a program. So I would say me in a game of horse, and they would blame it on their age, but that's not it. I would have said that 10 years ago. I think.
I use that same excuse, so I can appreciate exactly what you're saying. All right, event number 2. We have a putt-putt contest. Who wins the putt-putt contest?
I would go Uncle Darren all the way. Uncle Darren. And it may be Jake now, but I have to give it to Uncle Darren, obviously. He's been around the golf course. I would be dead last in that one. I can promise you that.
I kind of had an inkling that might be the case too. And Darren can certainly play that game of golf very, very well. And the third and final contest, if we have karaoke, who is going to pull the card on that one?
Oh, I'll be honest, the Feldhaus family is talented when it comes to athletics, but musically inclined, I wouldn't say. I don't know that any of us would.
We're just going to give that one to Jake, maybe?
Jake, yeah, we can give it to Jake. We can give it to Jake. But yeah, that's not really our thing.
Yeah,
that's
he's
not
the
really
youngest and
yeah.
probably doesn't get embarrassed as much. But everything you wanted to know about Coach Feldhaus and her family here today. But hopefully you'll understand the commitment we've made with Coach here, and the excitement we have in our program is off the charts. I know you're excited. The community is excited. We've had a great first week here of trying to get settled in, getting to know everything, getting officially this coming week. I know you're going to spend some time at the Final Four,
yes.
Interview some coaches, kind of get things moving in that regard. But we just want to say welcome. We're glad you're at Morehead State. We look forward as a community and as an Eagle Empire of supporting your work and getting behind you 100%.
I'm excited, and you're right, the first week's been awesome already, so we're just moving all in the right direction.
I know that, and as we always say, let's go Eags.